Terry DWAYNE Ashford. That's the News Radio. Thank you so much for coming in within the car. See that guy, StreetNOW News, your Jake, Terry DWAYNE Ashford. I am Terry DWAYNE Ashford, and I'm coming in with you at 11:23 PM Eastern Standard Time here in Washington, D.C., bringing you the latest. We started to close out with what we had provided already for the day, but we had a few incidents happen late in the night, and we thought we'd share it with you. Some transposing of images that may have been sabotaging and criminalizing through false identity. We're looking at here on Longfellow Street here, right on Longfellow Street near 16th Street. We're pointing everyone to a Black Civic that thought it was going to work jelly, and we decided to make jello out of that we have been seeing, hoping that it'd be reimaged as in the car. See that guy, Terry DWAYNE Ashford. We believe from the intel that we may have obtained, this particular man, a Caucasian whiter race male, very, very tall. I think he's probably anywhere between 6'4" and 6'7" feet tall. We believe he is working with the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police, crimes that we've already indicated, and that particular Caucasian male is an ex-felon, from the information that we may have achieved. Now, if the felon information was transposed to Terry DWAYNE Ashford, that would make Terry DWAYNE Ashford the felon and him the innocent person. And anyone, I'm sure no one would think that would be a fair ordeal. We also want to cite the information from the target earlier. The target right there at the corner of Blair Road and Georgia Avenue, right one block up from Eastern Avenue in Washington, D.C. That was a maroon, an older model maroon Mustang there that rushed up us in the car. See that guy, Terry DWAYNE Ashford, simply went into the store. And then we came out of the store, and there was another man that ran into the alley that drove a exact same color maroon minivan and parked inside of the alley there in the visitor parking lot, and things were happening there with an Ethiopian man that's in the car. See that guy, Terry DWAYNE Ashford, walked out of the store. We find all this stuff really, really alarming, really alarming. And that we've also mentioned another African-American elderly lady at Manchester Street, Northwest Washington, D.C. A simple guy was walking toward the park, just about to go and have a nice little day in the park, and the elderly lady began to follow him from behind. We believe that was purposed to image her hop, her walk, her elements to Terry DWAYNE Ashford. And then the last part that we're going to mention tonight is as we turned around and got away from that situation, hoping to avoid the situation, we ended up walking one block up to Military Road, making a left, and there was a Caucasian couple, a Caucasian male, another very, very tall male, about 6, he looks like he was anywhere between, again, 6'4" and 6'7", with a Caucasian female, and that Caucasian male ended up walking, or appearing to have been walking in the footsteps for reimaging purposes, wearing the same type of attire for reimaging purposes, and then we looked up and he was following us around in the park. Also, that particular Caucasian male wore a red top, a blue, exact color blue color shorts, which is the same color shorts that in the car seat that guy, Terry DWAYNE Ashford, was wearing, and also black tennis shoes. Now, one of the things that we did there was the man did not have on any socks. In the car seat, that guy, Terry DWAYNE Ashford, had on socks. So he pulled his socks up midway his legs, between his calf and his knee muscle, or knee, in order to distinguish between the male in terms of whatever that man was going to do inside of the park. There was intentions to impose whatever that man's activities were as Terry DWAYNE Ashford, and that was purposefully to, we believe, to falsify and to sabotage. Now, that type of thing, I mean, really, that type of thing really doesn't make any sense. You have a whole city running around doing something like that. This particular report tonight, which came in around 11:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Washington, D.C. You're hearing the voice right now of Terry DWAYNE Ashford. We are currently right now live, L-I-V-E live. Therefore, there is no attributing of this particular report to anyone else. Right now, we are live. Right now, this particular report follows an earlier report, which dispelled any notions that in the car seat that guy Terry DWAYNE Ashford was managed by anybody, any entity, any company, or even entitled to be seen as a manager of Terry DWAYNE Ashford. Terry DWAYNE Ashford is not managed by anyone. Now, we understand what management means in business, the entertainment business. It means, one, that the manager could open up an account for the artist, if there is such an artist, in which this particular case, there is no such agreement. But the manager could open up an account and place funds that's supposed to go to that particular person. He's stating that he's managing falsely. He could open up an account and place the funds into their account, and then pretend to be distributing those funds to the person. If that is happening in the car, see that guy DWAYNE Ashford is having to sleep in his car. That is some crazy ordeal. And I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry. Whatever y'all got going on here in DC, you really need to fix it. And you cannot expect me to sit back and allow this type of thing to happen. Professional man been done like this, collaboratively, collectively. Don't you know? Well, I'm sure that some people do know. According to Geneva, the world order, Geneva collectivism is illegal. That means you have a whole city ganging up on one person. That is what that means. That's what you're seeing right now through the mod and the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police. It's a sick thing. We'll be right on back. You're hearing the voice right now, Terry DWAYNE Ashford. Now, we have attached the tweet station to the narrative of this particular broadcast. We want you to go there because there's some very, very interesting things in the tweet. Another thing we indicated, we feel like we've learned today, was this particular plot doesn't stop here in D.C. It's just like it went down south and started to mess with my mother, and I didn't even know. We believe that this particular plot has also gone down south now and accosted nephews of Terry DWAYNE Ashford, nephews. And having those nephews to run behind and to act as if they are the in the car. See, that guy, Terry DWAYNE Ashford, who's here in D.C., those nephews are down in Mississippi. Now, it's taking people and is offering them rewards. Things that they can't even, that are undeliverable, they can't even deliver. I want you to click the tweet station for today. You're going to see how that happened on January the 13th, 2013, and how how they brought back the little girl who was left at the house on the day that my mom died, or whatever the hell happened to her. On that day, that little girl was left in the house purposefully with my mother. So we're asking you to click the link here so you can see all of this. We also made an update on DatGuY.com so that you can see all of the products and services that will be stolen if this particular ploy were to be successful. I'm Terry DWAYNE Ashford. Again, we're looking at CR 1136, a Black Civic, Honda Civic. We just want to make sure that none of these people are actually transposed as Terry DWAYNE Ashford. We won't allow that to happen. We just won't allow that to happen. Whatever y'all got going on here in DC, it is a disgust. I tell you, it is a disgust. Call yourself offering something like this to a person as a gift or something of that nature, then let us make it very clear that this type of thing is only a gift if you have no other life. If you didn't do your homework, you didn't take care of yourself, if you didn't do what you were supposed to have done, that is when you will find this particular stuff, activity, you will find it attractive. For someone who's making 7 figures, there's no way he would go into something like this. Absolutely no way. Whatever it is that you're calling this is only good for poor people, believe. It's only good for poor people or people who didn't prepare themselves for life. Then they would see this as, oh my gosh, it's great, it's wonderful as well, because it's better than what they had. But to take somebody who's making 7 figures already and throw them down and try to force them into something like this, it's like a dump. All I'm going to say is I'm sorry. My mother, I believe my mother would have told you. I think she did to you. Leave her son alone. Now if you look back, what do you think she meant when she said that? What do you think she meant? I'm Terry Ashford. We're closing out with Gravity Bass right now. We're live right now. Time right now is 11:35. We're going to give you a few more moments and then we're going to be out of here. This show was produced by Terry DWAYNE Ashford in the car seat. That guy reporting his Terry DWAYNE Ashford in the car seat. That guy directed by in the car seat. That guy Terry DWAYNE Ashford. The voice you're hearing is Terry DWAYNE Ashford in the car seat. That guy, the face in the cover, current as of the time of this broadcast. And that face is unmasked. The face of Terry DWAYNE Ashford.